It's a good afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us for Afternoon Tea. On this program, we usually bring you nothing but the latest entertainment stories from around the world, from around the globe, and from around the planet. I'm Tokunbo Taiwo, and here to give a rounded and detailed analysis on today's stories is my co-anchor, Ife Oshunkeye.
What's up, Tokunbo?
Bonjour. Comment ça? You're saying goodbye even before the show starts. Oh, that shows your French is terrible.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, I was saying I like your jacket. Maybe we should exchange. You can have this top.
Nah, man, I'll deal with this, man. Big shout out to Kudi for this, actually, making me look like a biker. I think what I need is a C600 downstairs right now.
Okay, and what have you done with the ladies on the show?
Oh, I have no idea. I think they went for some antenatal.
Sorry? What? Auntie what?
I really don't know, man. We should call them up and ask them later.
I thought you would have done that already. I can't believe, you're saying this now.
Why should I call them up when they're waiting for daddy?
Okay. So moving on to today's stories, we're starting first with the biggest story from this weekend. And if you haven't heard, Canadian singer, actor and songwriter Justin Bieber and American model Hailey Baldwin are now engaged. Okay. So where do we even start regarding this? Because it's like Justin Bieber, he has been on and off with Hailey herself, and then he's been on and off with Selena Gomez as well. And then they're now coming back together.
I think Hailey's that girl that was made for him from the start, because they started their relationship way back. They broke up, then he started this relationship with Selena Gomez, and Selena Gomez kind of broke his heart, and now he's back with Hailey, and they just got back recently, and already they got engaged. So I think that is just amazing. I think that just
don't
proves that.
understand how they can get to this point when they didn't get to this point at the first time, because I think it was in 2016 that they started the relationship with Hailey, and that same year they terminated the relationship as well. So at that time, I doubt very much if it was up to 6 months that they dated during that period, and now they're back together, and then all of a sudden they're saying, they want to get married. It's just too.
This is just like the second chance, it's not all the time you get a second chance with someone you truly love. So I think Justin realized, yes, this is the girl for me. And besides, Justin was almost becoming the R&B bad boy from when he was hanging out with Chris Brown. He was always getting in trouble with the law. Then Selena kind of slowed that down a bit.
Okay.
And then now that Hailey's definitely back in his life, I think it sees that, this is time to step up my game and then leave all those childish
But I'm glad you say that. Do you think that it has actually slowed Justin down a little bit?
Yes, it has.
No. What I'm saying is that who out of the two of them do you think has actually slowed him down more? Because there's a reason why I bring this up, and I'll tell you in a minute if you just let me know who you think has slowed him down more.
Selena
has slowed him down more.
Slowed him down more. Okay. Because when he was with Hailey, he was still getting in trouble with the law.
Okay. Yeah. All right then. Because the reason why I was bringing that up, because I read somewhere that they were both. I think they've been going to a church in Los Angeles and the Hillsong Church. So I'm thinking perhaps that is having an effect on both of them and maybe on him.
I wouldn't say about the church, because have you seen the pastor of the church? He has tattoos all over. Everybody that comes to the church, they all.
Well, your church is, your relationship with God is not about the tattoo.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about how funky the church. I would gladly go to that kind of church.
What I'm saying is that going to the church might have had an effect on him calming down. It's not about the tattoos or the way of life. That's what I'm thinking, because I saw that they were going.
I think it was just the heartbreak that started the whole change of heart. Because he was really in love with Selena Gomez. He dropped an album, Purpose, that was almost talking about Selena Gomez all through. If you can read between the lines, you will know that, Justin Bieber is actually talking about Selena Gomez all through. Yeah. And she herself has always claimed that she would always be in love with Justin. So it's nothing new. So we know they have a good love story. Yeah. It just didn't work out.
Yeah. How do you think Selena is feeling right at this point, having heard that, they both of them are now engaged and having gone through such an intense relationship, with
Selena, I don't want to be you right now, because knowing that she loves him so much, I'm sure she's really not glad about all of this.
Do you think she's having regrets right now?
I won't say so, because Selena Gomez is also dating somebody at the moment.
Yeah,
so
true.
I think they've both moved on. I think he just moved on a bit faster.
Faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that it's not a cover-up then for him to get over Selena quickly, that he's, doing this so far, so quick, too soon?
The reason why I don't think it's a cover-up is because Baldwin is someone he has always been with. And obviously they've been keeping, you would know from what happened, you would know that this is a girl he has been keeping in touch with, even while it was with Selena Gomez. So for them to get back...
Let me breathe, first of all.
for them to get back together so soon, you know that it wasn't a coincidence. It could even be part of the reasons, it could be part of the contributing factors to why he even left Selena, even though none of them said I was the one who left you or you were the one who left me, but it could be one of those factors that made him move on faster to Baldwin. So I think, it's a beautiful relationship, and I'm very happy for the both of them.
I can't help but bring this in because I was saying earlier as well that there are some haters out there, haters who would, wish they were Hailey, and they wish, some of his fans that think, he should have gotten married to them, because they're claiming they know all of his songs, they know all of the lyrics, they know his favorite color, they know blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, seriously, one of them actually said on social media that she's so sad right now that Justin has gotten engaged to someone else and has not even considered. What do you think about haters like that? Because it always happens when celebrities get married. I remember when John Legend got married to Chrissy Teigen, and they were saying, oh, our brother has gone and gotten married to, well, the black ladies were saying our brother has gone and gotten married to someone else. So now in Justin's...
So are they saying that Hailey is not deserving of...
That's not what they're saying. They're just saying they are more deserving because they know all of his lyrics and they know everything about Justin.
Do you know how many fans want to marry a lot of celebrities? So you can't even be bothered.
It's just so surprising because I would have thought that regardless, at least you'd be happy for Justin that he's decided to, get engaged and then decided to move on.
Celebrities sometimes, they like to get married to people they're on the same level.
Exactly.
Like in the case of Hailey now, Hailey's the daughter of an actor. Stephen Baldwin. She's the daughter of an actor and a movie producer.
And he's very well known as well.
He was even the usual suspect.
Exactly, and she's a successful model.
Baldwin too. She's also she's his first niece.
All right.
So yes.
Yeah. Do you want to round up before we move on?
Yes. I just want to say congratulations to Justin and.
Yeah. Let's watch this space and we'll see if they actually tie the knot.
Actually went on social media to
comment. The mom said love, love, love. Was it?
Love, love, love. And the father was
like it.
Proud is an understatement.
Yeah.
Wow.
Time for a quick break. When we return, we'll be bringing you scoop on Two-Face. Don't go anywhere.
From day one, Glow makes life easier. They brought us unbelievable data packages and even an optic fiber cable to make sure we optimize. There are two things in our lives we depend on: the communication and information, voice and data. Whether you sell, buy, learn, teach, serve, or lead, it really comes down to those two things: voice or data. Today's world is all about you. You want what you want, how you want it, and Glow delivers. That's why Glow is introducing Flexi, the freedom to use voice and data the way you like on every recharge. No plan, no hassle, easy.
Now, on every recharge, Glow Flexi automatically gives the freedom to use voice and data as you like. At the best rates in town, no plan, no hassle.
The grandmasters of data, Glow.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time, and we're about to bring you our next story, which is on popular Nigerian singer Two-Face. An upcoming artist, Yoko B, has accused him of stealing his song titled Amaka. Ooh, this is, I don't even know where to start regarding this story because it's quite a controversial...
Amaka disappoints me. Hey.
That's good, yeah, that's a good
I think that's where we should start from.
Yeah. So are you disappointed that someone actually came up, to say someone stole that, someone actually...
Well, I'm actually disappointed because that song is a beautiful song.
It is a beautiful song. Like I was saying, I listened to it coming into work this morning.
I didn't think there would be a dispute on this song because it sounded typical Two-Face.
Exactly.
It sounded like something that Two-Face Idibia would do.
And in the past, Two-Face has always written at at least most of his songs, hasn't he?
But Two-Face too, we cannot exclude the fact that Two-Face has had issues with the likes of Blackface and Face from his defunct Plantation Boys. So they've had disputes on ownership of songs, like even his legendary African Queen. Blackface came out and said, oh, I gave it to him as a birthday present and he wanted royalties on it. So, but I'm not saying in this case that is the same thing. But what I'm trying to point out is these things do happen.
Yeah.
Because in the case, okay, let's go to the story of what the guy who is alleging Two-Face stole.
Yoko B.
Yoko B claims that he has a song, the same title, and the same message of the song as Two-Face, the one that Two-Face released. And he feels cheated and he wants the world to know that he's being cheated. Claiming that the producer who produced the song for him has moved to Lekki and is working for Two-Face. He's working for Larry Gaga now, who is Two-Face's friend.
Yeah.
He's also Davido's friend because he has a song with Davido. And Peruzzi is from DMW. So this guy is claiming that the producer who produced the original song for him works alongside the same producer who produced it for Two-Face. And they're all in the same studio. So now he's claiming that this was how this song got to Two-Face. He's not saying he had the one-on-one conversation with. And I called Efe earlier this morning.
Yeah.
And he said he doesn't know about any Yoko B.
Yeah.
I also called Yoko B this afternoon and I spoke to Yoko B about this. Yoko B was still filming and saying, matter of fact, he's going to be speaking to us on this issue, so we are going to have an exclusive with Yoko B very soon.
Okay, but what did he say though?
He's saying exactly the same thing, that he was his producer. I asked him, was he able to reach out to Two-Face? He said he doesn't have any business with Two-Face. The only person he has a problem with was the producer who gave the song to Two-Face.
Do you think that he's right in that regard?
No, but because we need to get an exclusive from him, I couldn't be telling him, I don't think, because I think regardless, you should reach out to Two-Face. If I could find him, an underground artist, then how difficult would it be to find the Two-Face? It might be a lot harder.
But the thing is, he's saying he doesn't really have an issue with Two-Face because Two-Face is not the guilty one here. The person that actually let the cat out of the bag is the producer who passed it on. Yeah, Were it not for the producer, Two-Face would never. So he's not really going after Two-Face.
Well, I think he's right on that note.
That's
on that note, I think he's right because he doesn't really have anything to say. So who he has to iron things out with is the producer, who he claims recorded the song and now works with Two-Face. Because he's claiming that they covered it up using another producer to produce the song. Meanwhile, they all work together.
But the thing is that even if they take this matter to court, I'm beginning to think Yoko B is not going to have any legal ground to stand on because, one, we don't yet know if he actually has any facts whatsoever that the producer actually stole the song, because it's his word against the producer's word. If the producer says
he has the song on SoundCloud, and it's not the same thing, but it sounds very similar.
That's not proof enough, though. But that's not proof enough,
It's just like what is going on with, what's his name? Ed Sheeran and the Marvin Gaye thing. They said Ed Sheeran's, what song is that again?
I can't...
Thinking Out Loud. And Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On.
Let's Get It On, that's
Now, they're saying those songs are similar. They're suing Ed Sheeran for about $100 million because of that song. But if you listen to it, and Babyface, who is a professional... I
was going to say, somebody said something about it.
Who is a professional producer
Exactly. Said they're not similar.
Said those songs are nothing alike, but the only thing that is similar are the chords.
Okay.
Do you get, like, the chords are similar. So in this case, the lyrics are similar, the beats might be similar.
But you see, with Ed Sheeran's case, they've taken it to court, haven't they?
Yes.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that this guy, if he takes it to court, he's not going to have any legal ground to stand on
because he doesn't have any evidence.
That's what I'm saying. We don't yet know that, by the way. We don't yet know that. He may have...
Do you know? Yeah, we don't yet know that.
Exactly. Because he still sounds very adamant from what you said about your conversation with him on the phone. He seems very adamant, and he may have something up his sleeve. We don't yet know. But, what I would say is watch this space, because I'm sure you'll be talking to him again later for us to find out if he has any evidence. Because if he does have evidence, then I'm sure then, this case is going to go further. Either he's going to sue the producer and then maybe eventually...
But he's even saying that the producer is saying, man, these things happen like it was a coincidence. It wasn't the one that gave it. So even his own producer is denying all of this.
That's what I'm saying. So is their word against Yoko B? Because they may come, if they want to plan it well, if they want to plan it well, anywhere. They can say, nothing like that. He never gave them any song. And if they say that, he will have no legal ground to stand on in a court of law. You should know that, judging by
my problem with this upcoming artist is that you even want to do, was it necessary for you to come out on social media or coming to the media generally now? Why couldn't you try to iron this thing out in-house? Then if it wasn't possible for you to get any resolution,
then you come out. So do you think this is a PR stunt for him then to get, because some people were saying this is a publicity stunt, or for him is for him looking for cheap fame? You could be. You
know what? This type of cheap fame would only last 15 minutes.
Exactly.
By tomorrow, no one's talking about it, because it's not like you have one big tune out there that people are feeling at the moment. We don't even know. Before this, we didn't know who Yokobi was. So I don't know. This type of publicity wouldn't be.
It's not going to last.
It's not going to last at all.
But you know how some people are. Any kind of fame is better than nothing at all. So one minute of fame, they would.
And you never know. This might even be the publicity that would blow him up at the end of the day.
Who knows? Maybe he has one track coming up to the fore, and then he'll release it at the back of this. Who knows? Okay, so I think you're going to get in touch with him eventually, and then we'll give you guys an update regarding what the latest.
I'll get in touch with all the teams involved. We're going to do investigation.
I trust you, Ife. Before we bring you our next story, we'll take a quick break and then we'll be right back.
It is not yet over. The Get to Latin Millions promo is still on. 110 people have won up to 65 million naira already, and you can be one of them, as there is 31 million naira still available to be won. You stand a chance to become a millionaire. All you have to do is walk into a Fidelity Bank near you and open an account with 10,000 naira or pay in 10,000 naira to your already existing account. And you stand a chance to win 1 million, 2 million, and 3 million naira in the monthly draw. Grow your account to 50,000 naira and stand a chance to win up to 5 million naira. That's not all. Lots of consolation prizes like refrigerators and generators to be won. Rush now to the Fidelity Bank near you and start saving for a chance to become a millionaire in the Fidelity Get a Lot in Millions promo.
We're Fidelity. We keep our word.
I don't get that lot. God, you.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, and we're about to bring you our next story, which is on an incident that happened during Davido's performance at the Wireless Festival in the UK. Apparently, whilst Davido was performing, a white man completely blocked his ears. And I saw the picture actually while I was going through this online. I saw the picture and I was like, okay, I'm not sure, because I'm just beginning to think that perhaps the man wasn't reacting to Davido's song per se. He was just perhaps reacting to the loudness of the event that is taking place. Because when you go to these events, the music is really, really loud, and maybe he was just standing by one of the speakers, and people have just blown this out of proportion, saying that it's because he doesn't appreciate Davido's song.
There is nothing people haven't said about
it.
Some people said, racist. Some people said, they just said a lot of jargons about, I'm not going to call it jargon because everybody's entitled to their opinion, but in this case, a lot of things could have made this guy react that way. Plus, it wasn't the original, it wasn't like they were playing the song and Davido was performing the song. So imagine you're just among 1,000 or more than 1,000, thousands of people, and then all of a sudden somebody stops the beat, stops everything, and then just goes, and then you're white, you'll be like, God, are they about to sell me? Do they want to listen? Especially if he has said about Nigerian juju. So I just figured it could be that.
I think
it could have been the music. It could have been the music was too loud and he just needed some. And then the ladies around him were all going crazy for Davido, screaming at the top of their voices and all of that. So a lot of things could have contributed to this, and it could be like he didn't like the music. That's also a possibility.
What's your take? What do you personally think? Because when I started this story, I just said my own piece, what I think.
I was going to come out and say, oh, I think it could be this, it could be... But I thought about it from different angles, and I figured it could be anything. So we shouldn't be so quick into jumping into conclusion.
Yeah, but I'm asking you for your own personal opinion here. It's not like it's not set in stone. It's just what you think.
I think it wasn't just comfortable with the music. Maybe if they had played If or Falls, I would probably know. Maybe the guy would be jumping and singing along. But I don't think the ad-lib of Aye was good enough for a white guy that didn't understand the meaning of the song. Even for a Nigerian, it sounds like an African chant or something. You get? So it was a typical indigenous song.
Do you think he was in any way, shape or form racist? Because some people were saying if he was, there's no way he would have gone for that event. Because even when I looked around the people around him, majority of them were blacks. So do you think he was or he wasn't?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. It could, and we don't know who that guy is. We don't know, maybe he's an executive. You don't know, maybe he's involved with the music. You don't know, maybe he's just one of the concert goers either.
But I think if he was, though, one of the media houses would have picked up on it. I think he's like one of those random people that just attended the event for fun.
At the end of the day, it could have just been a situation of the music was too loud for him, especially with the hot sun, because they were right underneath the sun, so it could have been that as well. So I just want to leave this open. I want it to be as open as possible as it can.
You're sitting on the fence for once. You're sitting on the fence.
No, not for once. Sometimes I choose to sit on the fence, and on this case, I choose to sit on the fence.
All right, then. Our next and final story is on Drake's Scorpion, which has made history by becoming the first ever album to hit 1 billion streams in a week. But before we discuss it, let's get a quick report from our social media analyst, who is standing by in the newsroom. Hi, Buki.
Hi, Tokumbo. Give it up for Drake. Whoop, whoop. Give it up for Drake. Whoop, whoop. So Drake fans across the world are actually very, very happy. I don't know if I'm one of them. I think I'm still on the fence on this one. But they are actually very happy. And this is why. So on Apple Music, 170 million streams in 24 hours. Check on Spotify. It had 10 million streams every hour in the first day of its release. Check. On Billboard, it sold over 700 copies, and then it actually broke records and became the first album to hit a billion streams in 1 week. Check. I mean, seriously, what other records are there to be broken? This guy has broken every one of them. But the hilarious part is this. So XXL tweeted and said that Future didn't release his Beast Mode 2 mixtape, not because of Ciara and Habu's anniversary, but because he didn't want to mess with Drake's numbers as his figures. And I'm like, hello. As if I wasn't the only one. We had fans also coming up to say, please, even if Future had released anything, Drake would still have trampled all over him. But then again, it is rumored, well, it's actually not rumored, Drake did promote his album on Spotify, on Apple Music. So maybe he did take over. So maybe that was what affected the whole breaking records and topping charts. But who knows? The album has been reported to be one of the best albums so far. And then also there's this In My Feelings challenge for one of the tracks in the album. So you have people miming and doing their own versions of the dance to that track of the song. So everything's just happening for this album, and it's just plenty things. You know, people are just saying things about the album. Let's check out comments on social media. Again, give it up for Drake. Whoop, whoop. Give it up for Drake. Whoop, whoop. That's all from me, Tokumbo. Back to you.
All right then, Buki, thank you very much for that quick, interesting report with all of your dancing. Aren't you going to do your own version?
Give it up for Drake.
I knew it was coming.
Give it up for Drake. Give it up for Drake.
Oh, all right then. Let's quickly talk about this, because like one of the things that came to my mind when I was when this came to light is like. What could have made it, sell so much or make it stream so much, so much so that it's gone past the 1 billion mark?
Okay, I'm going to start by saying Drake is a great artist.
Mm-hmm.
He hardly ever goes wrong. And not just from this album. Every Drake album has been sold out. Every Drake concert has been sold out. So it's not the situation of, oh, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised by this because this is Drake. And then thanks to Pusha T. Pusha T thought he could come and then ruin Drake with all the...
and expose him, and create a scandal.
Saying that he has a child with a porn star, saying he's keeping his child away from the world, all of that. But I think all of this helped Drake sell more records. Because at the end of the day, everybody wanted to listen to the story from Drake's side. Even though he released the song Dopey Music, addressing what Pusha T said, but that wasn't enough for the fans. The fans wanted more. I, for one, wanted to listen to Emotionless, especially when I heard he was talking about his son on it.
Yeah.
So I listened to that song over and over and over again. And then there's this app that you can use to analyze lyrics now, that when you're listening to the song, you're seeing the lyrics with it and you're analyzing it. I used that to listen to it, and I was able to analyze every single bit. So imagine if I am doing that. Now, imagine how many people across the globe that are doing that. Do you understand? So definitely, I'm not surprised this album is selling so much, because I was listening to it on a social media platform. Should I call it a streaming platform?
Okay.
And then I was seeing about 10,000 streams. And then the next time I went back to listen to it, I was seeing about 20,000 streams. You get so it was increasing rapidly. So I'm really not surprised. And you know that this is the album that also went platinum on the same day it was released.
True. Yeah.
Do you understand? So all of this is not coming as a surprise to me. I just think, okay, this is Drake working his magic again. And then for
but
future...
I don't know. I'm beginning to think, but it's at the end of the day, you've got to look at it properly. It's not all about Drake's talent here, though. I think this Pusha T thing was what...
I already said that.
I know. I'm just saying that it's not, because what you're saying now is like it's all down to talent at the end of the day. Yeah,
but at the end of the day, if the album wasn't all of that, and then someone listened to it and was like, oh, the album is not all that, I'm sure people would stop listening to it. But it met up to the expectation of people, which is the reason why they kept. Okay, like our own let's go back to the Buki's social media page now. I saw Ajebota 22's comment. Do you know Ajebota, the singer, the Nigerian rapper singer? Yeah. So Ajebota now, his own tweet was, I'm still listening to Side A. You know it's a two-sided album, Side A, Side B. Yeah. Then I'm still listening to Side A. I'll listen to Side B from next month. I cannot be wasting Drake's album like that. Do you understand? That's how legendary Drake is. So I'm not surprised by any of this at all. And yes, once again, thank you, Pusha T. And then, like we always say, no publicity is bad publicity, because it also boosted Pusha T's album sales. So I think it's about number 4, Daytona. And Daytona is another album that is really dope. So I think.
So before now, though, who was it that was closest to?
Post Malone with the Beer Bong and Bentley album. That was about 700 million worldwide streams. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right then, Ife, thank you very much for being on the show. Really appreciate it. Without the girls, I didn't think it would be this cool.
It's the bro code, man. What's that?
All right, so that brings us to the end of the program. Join us tomorrow for another edition of the program. But before then, a big thank you to my co-anchor, very able co-anchor, and the entire production team. And whilst I'm doing that, I have to thank our stylist as well for making us look this good. And whilst I've got you here, do remember to subscribe to our YouTube page at Plus TV Africa. Until next time, I'm Tokunbo Taiwo, who likes to sometimes say goodbye in one foreign language or another. So as they say in French, au revoir.